All right, welcome to the Coin Flip, our football and maybe other sports podcast, if we keep doing it. But I'm Will, and we also have Chris. And
What's up? All right, so today was the trade deadline. There were some pretty fun trades.
W day.
Yeah, very nice day.
All right, so we're going to read them out to you. So, Claypool to the Bears.
I hate Claypool. Wait, hold on. For context first, because this is going to be a big thing. I am a Steelers fan. Connor is a Commanders fan.
Yeah.
And Chris is a bandwagon.
I don't really have a football team. I just kind of.
Okay.
You're a bandwagon. My favorite team is personally my fantasy team. So.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Yeah. All right. So back to Claypool to the Bears.
I think this is a really good trade because Darnell Mooney has been productive as a grilled shrimp.
Darnell Mooney hasn't done anything all year, and that's because he has no round him.
It's good for Justin Fields to see a semi-decent receiver.
Okay, here's my take on Justin Fields. I don't care how much you sugarcoat it and say, oh, he has a terrible O-line. Oh, his receivers are bad. Oh, he has bad coaching. Justin Fields sucks. Like, he's really, really
I can
bad.
agree on that. I
actually disagree with that. I think Justin Fields has tons of potential. I just think that he hasn't been able to showcase it enough.
He has not been able to show anything.
I just don't think he's had a primary good receiver that he has like a special bond with. And I think Chase Claypool could possibly be that.
All right.
He could. All right. So next we have Jeff Wilson to the Dolphins.
Fantastic move. Jeff Wilson is extremely underrated. I'm not even sure y'all two knew him before this, but he was actually really good in San Francisco.
I actually knew Jeff Wilson was.
See, I actually knew him because I saw him on a headline.
Okay, whatever. But he's actually really, really good. He was good. That might be partly because Shanahan is a really good coach, and he was running behind a really good O-line with the best O-lineman in the NFL. But he was still really good and productive over in San Francisco.
Yeah, I think it's a good trade because CMC was probably going to overshadow all of Jeff Wilson's.
Definitely.
So if you see Jeff Wilson go to a franchise, they'll probably stop even going to use him as RB.
Yeah. And the Dolphins have a really good receiving game too. So if they're if other defenses they're defending the pass because that's what's most dangerous.
Yeah.
But if they're defending the pass, that opens up the run game a lot. So he could have a good rest of the year.
He could. So next, the Vikings are picking up another target. T.J. Hawkinson going to the Vikings.
I think this is a pretty bad trade.
I don't really love this move either.
I think that Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown hasn't been the best this year, and T.J. Hawkinson was kind of like Jared Goff's safety blanket.
This is a lose-lose situation. So the Lions, it's actually kind of a win for the Lions. They got a good return, but T.J. Hawkinson was probably. Well, is T.J. Hawkinson better than Amon-Ra? No, probably not. But he was the number 2 pass-catching weapon.
Yeah.
But
the Lions are getting draft picks, and draft picks
are valuable for the Lions.
I don't think the Vikings really needed him. Irv Smith has been all right, but he's not terrible. He hasn't been good, but he hasn't been terrible either. But
Irv Smith also. I think this is a good trade. Looking at an article right now, I think the trade was actually extremely good because Irv Smith suffered a high ankle sprain week 8.
I didn't actually see that. Okay,
I did not know that.
Sprains are bad.
He's expected to miss the next 8 to 10 weeks, which could be.
Well, then the Vikings definitely needed a new tight end.
Well, the Vikings are definitely winning the NFC North now, if that wasn't already clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
next we have Nyheim Hines to the Bills.
Mid. I don't think they really needed him. They already have Devin Singletary.
Yeah, Devin Singletary's pretty good.
This is kind of a mid trade. There's nothing really to talk about.
I think it's a big lose situation for the Colts because Nyheim Hines mixing them in with Jonathan Taylor was
good combination. Yeah, but
all right.
So next we have
biggest trade of them.
Yeah.
Biggest trade. Roquan Smith to the Ravens.
See, this is a really good trade for the Ravens. He's going to fit right in there with that great defense. That is a nasty linebacker core, by the way. If you have Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen, that's pretty nasty.
That's gonna be legit.
Wait, okay, hold on. What's the name of the Notre Dame rookie they had that was really good last year?
Monty Teo.
No, not Manti. No, Chris. He's 10 years old. Kyle Hamilton. You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, the Notre Dame. Yeah, they were good defense. Marlon Humphrey and their secondary have kind of fallen off, but it's still pretty good.
With the new
But-
pickup, the defense is definitely going to win the Ravens some games.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and their offense isn't bad either. Lamar is having an MVP caliber season.
Mark Andrews doing pretty good, but
All right, and on to the next trade. But we have Bradley Chubb going to the Dolphins.
yep.
This is another. This is a good move, right? The Dolphins defense kind of sucks, honestly. Well, no, their secondary is really good. They have Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, but I'm
Their
not sure.
D-line, not the.
I'm not sure anyone. Actually, I can name one, but I'm not sure either of y'all two can name someone in their front seven.
I probably cannot.
Yeah.
I can name one, Christian Wilkins,
Well, yeah, like.
but that's it. He's a D tackle.
All right.
But so this is a good move for them. Bradley Chubb is obviously really good. He was having a pretty bad season though in Denver, if I do remember.
I didn't
but
really
he's-
think he was doing that.
He's usually very good though.
And here's if Connor, you don't mind if I announce this one.
Oh yeah.
I think this could be a really good trade in the future. I think Calvin Ridley, even though he's suspended to the Jags, could be an insanely good year because I feel like the Jags are trying
I mean, not this year, but next year. Yeah.
Yeah, the Jags are trying to rebuild. They traded away James Robinson because they have so much potential in Travis Etienne. Looks like he's figuring out. Trevor Lawrence is having
He had a great week last week in
decent
London.
season. And they got picks for James Robinson. So I think that they could be really good in the future.
They have a really, really bright future, especially in a absolutely terrible division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while picking up Calvin Ridley, if he comes
This-
back pretty good, then they
this
can
is
like
a
mix
good
it
move,
up.
but we're not sure. Calvin Ridley hasn't played in like a year and a half. I'm talking about next year. He's not going to have played in a year and a half, and you've seen what that has done to some guys.
It's gonna be.
Think of how much AB fell off after that.
Yeah.
OBJ fell off a lot. Like he's probably not going to come back the same, but I think he'll still be a solid target.
It's like Sudi
Not
does.
target for
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, who's been trying to find good receivers. So no.
Yeah.
And
I
despite
mean,
that,
it's
Evan Ingram,
Christian Kirk actually has been having a good season, even though they signed him to a way overpriced deal.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So now moving on to players who did not get traded. First, we're gonna go with Alvin Kamara.
I mean,
He was on the trading block for sure. He was definitely having a bad season
Definitely
up
was.
this week when he dropped.
He had a great week.
He had 3 touchdowns. Really, he was looking really good out of the backfield.
yeah, and it was mainly the passing game too.
Yeah, he had 9 receptions for 92 yards and a touchdown. That's like
For a running back, like
Yeah.
great.
Kareem Hunt didn't get traded.
Kareem Hunt did
I
not get
think-
traded.
I still think they should have traded him. It's
I think
almost
they
like
probably should have.
it's like CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. That like one of them should get traded. I know CJ McCollum did eventually get traded, but a lot of people were saying for years that one of them should have gotten traded.
Yeah, you can't really have. It's hard to split that too.
It's hard to split, especially when Nick Chubb is the best running back in the NFL. But we can argue over that later.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
well-
can. All right. So next we have Brandon Cooks not getting traded.
I feel bad for him, bro.
I mean,
He's really good.
He's stuck with Davis Mills. That's
definitely
Well,
deserves to
that's
be on a
not the
better
problem.
team.
It's just his team. They all
Definitely deserve to be on a
except
better
for
team.
Dameon Pierce.
Like Derek Stingley has been playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been playing almost as well as Sauce Gardner.
All right. Next we have Elijah Moore not getting traded.
I mean,
Nothing really.
kinda, that's fine. He's still their wide receiver 1 with Garrett Wilson there.
Mhm.
I don't think that actually doesn't change. But yeah. So and then our last person not getting traded is Brian Burns. Fantastic DN for the Panthers. Not a surprise. He's a young guy and he's amazing. If the Panthers can actually figure something out with all the draft picks they've gotten in rebuilding,
Yeah.
he can be a.
Like that CMC trade is pretty good for them. I think
All
that.
right.
Oh wait, I have one more trade that we didn't write down, but I feel like it could be pretty good. It was a couple days ago. It was Robert Quinn to the Eagles.
Yeah. I've seen that.
It looks like
The Bears are in full rebuild mode on the defense, especially. They acquired Claypool.
yeah.
But that's an all right move.
If it hasn't been made clear right now, it's being very made clear. The Eagles are all in to win a Super Bowl trade.
Oh
for
yeah,
Robert.
definitely.
Yeah,
They're most definitely trying.
They're
to
all or
they got
nothing.
it.
They're all or nothing.
Jalen Hurst is having an MVP caliber season.
AJ Brown played really well.
AJ
AJ Brown's turning into a top 10 wideout.
Yeah, he's getting there. I'd say he's kind of
Definitely
overrated.
getting there. Yeah.
But they have like literally the best O line in the NFL. I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now we are going to go to our hot takes for like maybe awards and who played like the best this week. And
It's just going to be hot takes.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the first hot take, which we'll debate over. I'm not sure this is a hot take, but you guys disagree with it. Nick Chubb is the best running back in the NFL.
I strongly disagree with that.
I do not. I definitely put him top 3, but I do not put him top 1.
I feel like here's the thing: if Kareem Hunt got traded, we could see what happens after that. Because Kareem Hunt is mostly the receiving back in Cleveland, and the reason why I don't have Chubb number 1 is because Eckler better than him. Because the receiving,
Eckler is your one, correct?
yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
the amount of receiving, the amount of receiving receptions and receiving yards Eckler gets is just unheard of. I mean, in his last game, he had 36 points. He had 12 receptions for 90 yards. It was quite the performance.
Yeah, Derrick Henry also had another good week. I think Chubb is 1 and Henry's 2, and Eckler's 3. That's my list.
That's
Austin, what do you have to say about this?
I definitely put Eckler 1 for this season.
I'm talking. Okay. I'm talking. If I could choose one running back to put on my roster to win me a Super Bowl,
It's not Eckler, it's Chubb.
it's Chubb.
To win the Super Bowl, probably, yeah.
But this season, Eckler's the.
This season, Eckler is just.
Yeah. What happened to Jonathan Taylor though? Like, oh my god.
I mean,
He's not even an RB10 right now.
he was the first pick in mostly everybody.
You gotta consider benching him in fantasy now.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's terrible.
Jonathan Taylor is one of the biggest disappointments in fantasy football right now. But
Yeah, if
there's one other one that is the biggest disappointment of all. After year, it will be Kyle Pitts over and over and over again.
Devontae Adams has also been strangely quiet.
Kyle Pitts is just yet to see that production
Yeah.
from a rush heavy Atlanta offense.
Yeah. All right.
So now halfway through the season, we're gonna look at some like predictions for, like maybe defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year, or offensive or all that.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, MVP. I think we can all agree on this. Say it with me.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
I mean, he's definitely up there. He's definitely up there.
Jalen Hurts could become a front runner.
This is if the season ended today.
Okay, yeah. If the season
The
ends
season
today,
ended today. Yeah, definitely.
Josh Allen.
the
All
player
right.
of the year coming to one of Josh Allen's biggest pals, Stephon Diggs.
I can agree with that. Eckler is also up there.
Stephon
Eckler
Diggs, Eckler, they're all up there. Yeah.
Eckler and Chubb are also both up there, but yes.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is outplaying Cooper Kupp by 1 million right now.
He is, yeah.
Rams are just not.
It's not that it's not even that Stephon Diggs has been playing bad people. Like in his first game, he burnt Jalen Ramsey against the Vikings. He
Had a very impressive
Gary
game.
Alexander on him. He had Davian Howard in Miami. He still had some good production.
And he's been
The game
good.
where he had 44
He cooked Ramsey. He did.
Yeah, he
did
just-
all this stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, now we're gonna go to defensive player of the year.
All right. Defensive. See, this is where you can go anywhere. I think the front runner right now, Micah Parsons, having another fantastic season.
But
Yeah,
I was
I can
talking
agree.
about this earlier. Will, I personally think that it could legitimately be a DB winning Defensive Player of the Year.
It could.
Because
And I
the
think
DBs have been playing out of their mind this
It could.
season.
I mean, Darius Slay is just.
Darius Slay is
Slay is
the Darius Slay is far and away the best defensive back in the NFL.
Oh yeah, by far, Will.
He's like probably 7, maybe. It's off.
Yeah.
6. Something.
And the other one that people don't talk about enough, Tyreek Woolley on the Seahawks. He runs one of the fastest 40 times, and he's been locked down this year. For
Patrick Surtain too.
PS2's always up there.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go defensive rookie of the year, or just like rookie of the year in general.
Defensive rookie of the year, Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner,
Definitely,
offensive rookie of
yeah.
the year. I think it has to be given to Chris Olave.
Chris Olave, yeah, probably.
Olave is having a great start of the season.
It would have far and away been Breece Hall if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But, yeah.
All right, now,
so now
the
we're gonna
last segment of the show.
last segment. We have
Wait, hold on.
fun.
We're
Wait,
going to be doing our week 9 predictions.
Chris, stop. We didn't do comeback player of the year yet.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
all right, we
That's
did
all
forget
I'm
come
saying.
back, and we have one more.
It's
After
safe,
come back.
right, guys?
And then for Coach of the Year, Brian
Nick Sirianni.
Dable.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Mm,
But
yeah.
Eagles coach Nick Sirianni is also.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts winning MVP and Nick Sirianni winning Coach of the Year, that's all dependent on how deep this win streak goes.
Yeah.
All right,
I think
yeah.
they'll probably finish at like 15-2, maybe.
Yes.
14-3.
I think it was
Good
legitimately
season.
turned into like a Steelers a couple years ago when they went.
They're gonna burn out at some point.
Yeah, they're definitely going to burn out.
Definitely gonna
their
burn
last
out,
games.
Because their offense isn't really that complex. It's like run first, and
And then air it out to AJ Brown every once in a while.
yeah.
Like once
So,
once teams start to get like with that, then
Yeah.
All right. So week 9 predictions. We're gonna try to go through these.
All
really
right.
quick.
So on
Does someone
Thursday,
have the games pulled up? Does anyone have the games pulled up?
yeah, I have them right now.
all
All
right.
right. So Chris, just read them off. And
All right. So on Thursday we have Eagles versus Texans. Philadelphia.
Oh.
They're also playing in Houston against the Houston Astros. So it's a big Philly versus Houston couple days.
Definitely taking the Phillies for both
Okay.
baseball
Baseball
and
podcast.
football.
Yes.
I'm going to take
Eagles,
the
Eagles win by a
in both
lot.
situations. You know. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a run-heavy game, actually. I think he's going to scramble a little bit.
My prediction is that he's gonna pass for 2 touchdowns and maybe scramble for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ Brown got to get 1 touchdown in there somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna get 1.
All right, next game. These are all Sunday 1 p.m. games. We have Chargers versus Falcons.
Chargers.
I have Chargers.
They're gonna
I
have a
definitely have
comeback game.
But
Chargers.
Chargers, yeah, they've been. I think top to bottom, they have the best roster in the NFL, but they have not been playing up to their potential.
I mean, yeah.
On paper, they do.
Looking at the stats, it's kind of sad that Austin Eckler has the most receiving yards out of everybody.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's been hurt. Mike Williams has been pretty disappointing. J.C.
Yeah.
Jackson has been really disappointing.
Yeah, that was a big trade they made for him. Everybody think that the Chargers were going all in after they upgraded.
Because
And
I don't know, is it another one of those Belichick flukes?
Yeah.
Because he was a primarily man corner with Belichick, who was good, and now he's playing in his own defense and not playing as well.
Yeah.
So
All right, next game we have Dolphins versus the Bears. The stripped away Bears.
Dolphins.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
This is a good opportunity for Bears.
They added Bradley Chubb.
I mean, the Bears might have like a slight chance, but I'm still taking the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins too. Dolphins -5. I think that's a lock in the betting world, but at Soldier Field,
We're not betting. We're like 12.
You're not betting. You do not bet.
No raining or anything. I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
Yep.
Next game we have Panthers versus the Bengals. I think the Bengals win.
Bengals,
But I think
definitely.
Joe Burrow does really
And we
well.
get to see another week how the Panthers react without CMC.
Especially to T. Higgins, now that Jamar Chase is out for 6 days.
Yeah.
That's big. It's time to
They're
step
gonna
up.
have to, I think they still win. They're definitely not going to. Their offense is definitely not going to be as good without Jamar. Obviously, their passing game, but also their running game's not going to be as good because teams are going to now key in more on the run, especially since Joe Mixon
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty well.
All right. We have a nice divisional matchup. Packers versus the Lions.
Packers, but they have not. Well,
See, I'm taking the underdog Lions here. I think they can pull it off.
I'm still taking the Packers.
I think the Lions can pull it off.
Aaron Rodgers can't be terrible for so long. He's going to bounce back at some point.
I think if TJ Hawkinson was playing in this game, I'd take the Lions. But I feel like Aaron Jones. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to do well. I think Aaron Jones is going to pound.
Packers need to give the ball to Aaron
and
Jones.
AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon's also really
Yeah,
good.
Aaron Jones only has 1 rushing touchdown.
it's
Which
just
kind
What
of
does AJ Dillon have?
AJ Dillon. I am looking at that right now. It appears that AJ Dillon has just as many touchdowns as Aaron Jones. He also has 1.
wow.
Okay. All right. Next game.
The next game is Bills versus the Jets. I have the Bills in a
you-
landslide.
You didn't even have to say the second team. The Bills beat any team in the NFL on any day.
That's true.
I say Bills by 20.
Also in
Definitely.
East Rutherford at Meadows, but I think I think it's going to be a good game to see how Naheem Hines fits into this offense.
Yeah.
I legitimately think Naheem Hines, despite the fact that I have Devin Singletary on my fantasy team, I think Naheem Hines could become RB1. Like, Devin
I
Singletary.
think right now he's. But they do have a 3-headed giant at running back.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in the Naheem Hines trade. I really wanted to see James Cook play and
Yeah.
Zach Moss. They were both young people with high potential, and I really wish I could see them more with more spots.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right, next
We
game.
have Colts versus Patriots.
Ooh.
I have the Patriots winning in this one.
Patriots, they've both been pretty disappointing this year.
I have the
Bailey
Patriots.
Zappi might be starting this game. We don't know.
I think Bill Belichick against a pretty mid Colts team should start Bailey Zappi to see what happens. But I think legitimately Ramondre Stevenson's gonna have quite the game.
Ramondre Stevenson has been having a fantastic season.
Definitely, yes.
He's there was a lot of debate with who's the better running back, him or Damian Harris. It's now clear it's him.
Yeah. Next is Vikings Commanders. As much as Connor's a Commanders fan, I think
Vikings.
I am a very big Commanders fan, but I just have to take the Vikings here.
Bro, they're 7-1 and just added TJ.
I think the Vikings are going to win this one.
The Vikings are blowout.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have Raiders versus Jaguars.
I have Jags.
I have Jags.
I have the
I think I'm gonna have to
Jaguars.
go Jags too. They've just been playing a lot better than the Raiders have. The Raiders have a better roster.
I think
But
Travis Etienne's gonna have a pretty good game.
yeah, like the one last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Raiders have not been playing well.
I think Etienne
The
can go back
Jaguars
to back.
also got Calvin Ridley, but he's not gonna be playing.
He's not going to be playing, yeah.
Wait, does anybody know how long Calvin Ridley's suspension is?
It's he's next season. It's just one season.
Oh yeah, it's an entire season. My bad. How long is Deshaun Watson? I think Deshaun
He's
Watson
coming back. He's coming back in like a couple weeks.
No, Deshaun Watson was only 8, right? Oh no, the original was 8 and it changed to 11 or 12.
Yeah.
The original was 6 and it changed to 11. Yes, it's 11.
Okay.
All right.
He touched
You know the first game he comes back, he's playing the Texans, right?
Yeah.
All right. Next.
405 is Seahawks versus Cardinals. I think Kenneth Walker has quite the game.
I think
The
Seahawks are
have
going to
been
win this
playing
one.
way above their potential.
Yeah,
I
the
take
Seahawks-
Seahawks in this one.
I take Seahawks.
Honestly,
I
I
have
think the
Kenneth
Seahawks are
Walker
going to have well.
in a fantasy league. He has been he has exceeded my expectations. He's been really good, especially that may just be because of the Rashad Penny injury, but still he has stepped up to the role of RB1.
Yes. There are only 2 afternoon games on Sunday. The last one is an NFC championship matchup. Rams versus the Buccaneers.
No, shut up, Chris.
You love to see it, but we already know the Buccaneers are going to get killed.
Maybe preseason.
Despite the
but
fact
neither
that
of those teams are.
the Buccaneers are actually supposed to win this game, but I do not.
No, I'm definitely taking Rams. But maybe Chris, maybe for a preseason NFC championship, but now
I was talking about last year's NFC championship.
Oh no, that was the divisional.
I'm
All right,
taking
and
taking the Rams there. Yeah.
on Sunday Night Football, it's going to be quite the game. The Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs.
No.
Pretty close,
Chiefs.
but I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to come out here.
Chiefs.
Yeah, no, they're getting blown out.
Yeah. It's going to be blown out.
It's going to be tough for Derrick Henry to run
Monday
inside.
night, in the swamp of New Orleans, we have Ravens versus Saints.
Ravens. I have Ravens.
Ravens.
I think Lamar's going to have a step up
I
game.
think Alvin Kamara doesn't have 42 points. I think he has a rushing touchdown, probably 100 yards, 60 yards receiving. I think Kamara's going to bring them for a W. I think Taysom Hill is going to get involved. Chris Olave, if he's back, might
Ooh,
help him get the win.
maybe.
But,
I still have the
The
Ravens.
receiving core is really bad.
and then the team's on bye
Michael
week.
Thomas hurt. He's just been irrelevant, bro.
Yeah, he's been pretty
I haven't, yeah.
The teams on bye week are the Browns, Cowboys, Broncos, Giants, and Steelers, and the 49ers with CMC.
Yay, we don't have to lose this week.
This is almost wrapping up the episode, but we have one last thing.
The fun fact of the pod.
Of the podcast. This week, Connor, would you care to read it for us?
I will. All right, this week, CMC had more passing touchdowns than Derek Carr, Kenny Pickett, Daniel Jones, and Sam Ellinger. That's just
Well, all these quarterbacks have kind of sucked this season. Derek Carr's usually pretty good, but he
Yeah,
sucked.
Derek Carr's usually good. He also, some people that he had the exact same amount of touchdown passes are. He had the same amount of touchdown passes as Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, PJ Walker, Davis Mills, Taylor Heineke,
That is
and Jacoby Brissett.
that's not good company.
yeah, it's not.
Tom Brady and
Usually Stafford is good company, but not this year.
what about this is kind of excessive, but I just kind of want to review this. Some people that went off this week were Travis Etienne,
Definitely. Kamara.
Kamara,
Donta Foreman. Out of all people, Donta Foreman,
yeah.
118 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, filling in great footsteps for CMC. Tony Pollard filling in footsteps for Ezekiel Elliott.
Tony Pollard had a great
AJ
game.
Brown went insane.
AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts.
Derrick Henry, 219
Derrick
yards.
Henry went great, yeah.
Brandon Cook also did somewhat good that game too. 4 receptions for 73. Terry McLaurin had a good game. If he had a touchdown, that would have been a good outing.
Holy
Yeah.
head tap, bro.
All right, that was a great catch.
All right, Christian McCaffrey was all around the stat sheet today. Yesterday,
Rushing, passing,
he had
and
94 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. He also had a good amount of
receiving yards.
receiving yards. He had 8
Yeah,
for
sure.
55, and then passing. He had a passing touchdown on a trick play to Brandon Ayuk. And
Chubb had a good week.
Nick Chubb had a very good week. He had 2 touchdowns in a blowout last night on
Yeah.
Howard. And looking through our notes, I think it's time to wrap up.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Great job.
Well, thanks for listening to the first episode. And remember, from our good friend Josh Allen, tails always fails.
Peace out.